Okay, so we have our iron plate production done. We need to get some some copper over there. Because copper mixed with, copper mixed with iron gears is how we make Science Pack level 1.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to do that now.
Okay.
So this is what most of the game is logistics. Trying to figure out how you're going to get the thing to where it needs to be. So I'm thinking up here just something simple like a splitter and a really long conveyor belt.
Okay.
The reason for making it so long is to give us a lot of room in the future.
Let's see here.
I'm going to go grab a bunch of conveyor belts that we've been making this whole time. So we got to figure out a way to get these two conveyor belts to converge.
So, like the one making the iron gears here?
Yeah, this iron gear one, somewhere along this iron gear one, we need to get the copper next to it. Or we can get the iron gears next to the copper, or they can meet halfway. Any combination of those. God, we have so many conveyor belts.
Yep. I'm noticing out here on our little iron plate producing thing, the iron ore runs off to this other branch. Is there another place we might need to be sending iron ore in the future?
No, we're just going to be building another one of these smelting things right beside it right about here.
Okay.
That'll just be to increase our iron production. We're likely going to have one dedicated to steel, where it's just two of them in a row. One to cook it, one to recook it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what I'm going to do is splitter right there. We'll just move this power pole slightly. And this is just a pure iron gear line.
Okay.
And it's really easy. If we ever get bottlenecked at iron gears, we just build them farther this way. Or we upgrade these assembly machines to make it faster. Because it's got plenty of raw resource for it.
Oh, yeah.
Military level 1 finished. Sweet, that's shotgun and submachine gun. Heavy armor research. Let's do it early.
Heavy armor.
Okay, now... Ouch. Okay. Let me mark this off for us, so we know exactly what we're doing. Come on. Come on.
What are you doing in the woods here?
That. These are the trees that we need removed.
Got it.
All right.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I'm on it too. In fact, can we make those? No, we can't make the steel axes because we don't have steel yet. Damn.
Oh.
You might need to make another iron axe or two, because mine just busted.
Yeah.
You can stack them, by the way. This is the exciting episode.
I love how it's like a part factory and part woodland retreat.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
We're gonna have some conveyor belts running through this beautiful forested land.
Still no enemies on the map, which is nice. I was just double checking. There we go. We've carved a pretty good path through here. I'll go ahead and start on the conveyor belt.
All right.
Okay.
I still have my axe, surprisingly.
Something like... Whoop. It fucked up a little there, but that's fine. So I've made this really long path. It doesn't normally need to be this long, but again, we want to future-proof. And so sometimes you need to make things really big and far apart.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do for this specific path is somewhere along the line, we can just do it right here. I'm going to drop a splitter. That path can go off that direction if we need some in that direction. This will do this. Okay. And then... Now the purpose of that is by having an extra one here, it won't curve into it. That way, it's forcing it to only be placed on one side of the track.
Okay.
Because later down this track... Oh, fucking trees.
Could it be... We'll be putting something on the other side of this track?
We're going to put the gears on the other side of the track.
Ah. It's all coming together now.
Yeah. So if we do that... then we build down south.
Mm-hmm.
And that will reach over to the gears. There we go. We did it. All right, so the gears are going up there. We have the copper plates coming over here. God, we're going to have to clear a lot of woodland here.
The elves are going to get mad at us.
Oh, yeah. They get mad about everything. They should unionize, and then we can ignore them en masse. It looks like you need to make another axe.
Yeah, it just broke right there. Repair pack, what is that?
Oh, repair pack is to repair like a damaged structure. We'll be using a lot of those later when we start getting attacked.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's start with this then.
So I guess the aliens in this game are basically elves.
They're really hideous elves, yeah.
They get mad when you're like doing too much deforestation and industrial work.
Yeah.
It's just like Dwarf Fortress.
Just like Dwarf Fortress, which you still need to teach me.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a series like this just for Dwarf Fortress. You teach me Dwarf Fortress, I teach you Factorio.
That could work. I think I could do that pretty well.
That'd be fun.
I've taught Dwarf Fortress to people before. It's kind of one-on-one.
I'm going to run this power line for us. Oop. There we go. And then here, keep going.
Weird, there's nothing on the power grid.
There we go.
There it is.
All right. And I'm coming.
I don't know why, but I just love like charts like this.
The power grid? It's nice, right? It's really cool to just see like what's using up what. Like the drills are using up by far the most.
Yeah. It reminds me of things like SimCity, looking at where all your expenses go and stuff like that.
Yeah, love games like that.
I always like games like that, and games like this, and I just like don't play them enough.
I play them a lot.
I get really into them when I do play them, but I don't know.
Just gotta find the good ones.
Yeah, like I've heard Prison Architect is great.
That's
and
very fun.
But I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, Prison Architect's a lot of good. A lot of good. I'm illiterate.
It's a lot of good.
This is what happens when you're taught English and French at the same time, mandatory in your country. And I can't speak any French, even though I did 9 mandatory years.
So instead of like... So it's like you know twice as much language, but you know half as much of each language.
No, I literally can't speak French. I'm horrible at it. I know very small individual words. Welcome to Ontario, where we learn French mandatory, but most people suck at it. Even though we're immediately adjacent to a province that speaks almost entirely French.
Yeah.
And by adjacent, I mean less than an hour's drive. We day trip there, they day trip to us. And they don't like us. So, Quebec doesn't think very highly of Canadians. The rest of Canadians.
They take the day trips out there and just hate everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I mean, we learn Spanish here.
Yeah, but Spanish isn't... You have no official language in America, which is baffling. You only have de facto English because it's what your government documents are written in. We have English and French, both mandatory. Like, if you come to Canada, our signs are all written in both English and French. Every sign has both English and French. Because they're both the official languages.
Yeah, no, like, if you go to a store here, you can always spot the products that are, like, also shipped to Canada, because they have French on the box.
And it's too expensive to make a different packaging just for Canada. Yeah.
Because most of the stuff, you know, that just comes to America, it'll have English and maybe also Spanish on it. That's also Spanish is pretty common. But you can always spot those Canadian ones, because they'll have French.
Alright, this is about as many of these as we'll need for now. But it's important that we made all this room, because we're going to make a big loop around thing. Because at some point, we're going to be making a bunch of things right here as well. and putting them on the other side of this line, the green packs.
We have so much science right now.
Now, red science packs don't last long. We're going to be replacing them very soon. Like, we need red science packs in everything you research, but we're going to be needing more than just red very, very soon.
Mm-hmm. I got as far as green science packs when I played the tutorial.
All right, blue is after that. All right, did we need to make it that long? Probably not. Probably need to make it more like this. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going to run it like that.
In a big circle.
Yep. And our goal is to make... I'm thinking like 16-ish laboratories. Something like that. Now, to make them by hand is going to be really slow because we're making a lot of gears by hand, which is why I'm going to run down the line and grab a bunch of gears. There we go.
Hoovering them up.
And there we go. That'll speed it up. We're also going to automate electronic circuits soon, and that's one of those things that get bottlenecked really bad in a lot of bases that you've got to really be on top of.
I think the problem I run into when I play a game like this is, for whatever reason, I'm always like way too reluctant to just, build like 12 assembling machines of science. And I'm always like, I don't need that many.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is then you start to get bottlenecked in the future.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll do 3 rows like this, and that will be fine. Okay, and then put some more inserters, and let me connect this up to the power grid.
This is how science is done.
Let's do that. Okay, so we've already sped up our research significantly by doing this. And yeah, now I've got those inserters going. Sweet. There we go. There we go. And I'm just going to start ghosting them. Oh, right. We don't actually... Oh, yeah, we do need a gap between them. I forgot. You don't need a gap to walk between labs, but we need a gap for power poles.
Yeah. I see some red on the map, I think.
Ooh, I'll take a look in a second.
I think that's what it is.
I see it too. Top left. That's a pretty big base, actually. We just don't go near it.
Okay.
If our pollution touches it, they'll get angry. So when you go on your map, under your mini map, while you're on the full map, you'll have a few different things you can toggle on and off.
Yeah.
Like electrical networks and logistics networks and stuff. You can toggle on and off pollution, and it shows what our pollution touches. It's not going in their direction very much, thankfully.
Yeah, that's good.
It's going south off the map, though, and we don't know what's over there.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, that power pole's in the way? Okay. I'll change how the power poles are.
What determines which direction the pollution is going to go? Is it like wind
It just
currents?
kind of goes closer to wherever it's near. So, we're making a lot of pollution down south because we have a lot of drills down there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Heavy research done. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just get bullet damage level 1 going, since we have all of this automated and red is not very valuable to us anymore. So if we research things we really don't need, it's not a huge deal.
Bullet damage.
That makes any gun that uses bullets and not shells will do more damage.
Oh, okay.
So pistols, submachine guns.
How many levels of research are there? Like, how many different colors?
Oh, I want to say 6 or 7 now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like, one's like a military science pack. There's like different kinds for different things.
Oh, so they're for different purposes. They're not just different levels.
Some are just for general better ones. Like, oh, you're at the general next-ish level, so you need the next-ish one. But certain ones are used like specifically for logistics networks. There's one, the gray one's the military one. It's only used in military research. Stuff like that. Okay, so I've just ghosted the whole thing. We don't need to fill it out totally yet, but this is what it's going to look like in the end.
Man.
Yeah.
I can't even fathom this much science.
It's a lot of electricity. We don't need to fill it out yet. We don't need to be researching our shitty tech in a quarter of a second, but we'll need it later when tech starts to slow down.
It doesn't seem like labs use too much.
They don't. Really, a lot of other things like drills and assemblers are going to be what uses up the bulk of our science.
Yeah, these are definitely some Kickstarter names right here, like Speedy 45 and Brian Noob Reichenbach.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say definitely Kickstarter names.
Yeah.
All right, so those are all working. That's good. We're not getting bottlenecked at any of the resources. We have plenty of copper. I'd like to increase our production of gears a bit because we're going to need to like manually pick that up a lot. And so I'm just going to stand here holding F for a second, and I'm going to start upgrading these assembly machines. So our next goal is to get to Science Pack Level 2. Go ahead and hover over and look at what Science Pack Level 2 are made of. Transporter belts, which we already make, so that's easy.
Oh, and inserters.
So we need to automate inserters. Inserters require electronic circuits. We want a lot of room for electronic circuits because the electronic circuit also is used in 2 other levels of circuit that are above that. So it's not going to be just to make raw or like finished products. It's also going to be to make other intermediate products. You don't want to get bottlenecked at electrical circuits, and a lot of people do. It's also a thing that requires both iron and copper. So it's another thing of we need to get copper plates and iron plates and copper wire in the same area. Copper wire, very easy to make as long as you have the plates. 1 plate makes 2 wire and it crafts incredibly quickly.
Okay. You know, I made the joke earlier, but this does remind me of like a modded version of Minecraft. Like I played it with a bunch of mods.
I could see that. Like they have Bucket, I think it's called. No, Bucket's a mod pack. They have that like heavy construction mod for Minecraft. Yeah. I forget what it's called.
I don't know. There's a few. Like there's Industrial Craft, I think. Build Craft. I don't know.
I was thinking of the really old one.
I don't know. Me and my friends just played a big old pack called Feed the Beast. And there was a lot of stuff like that. Like you could make, solar-powered electric furnaces and stuff. And so you could go and automate the copper that you need and for the copper wires and the rubber that you need for the wire coating.
That's awesome.
And all that stuff. You'd make circuits and glass, coal dust that would go into your solar panels.
So here's another lesson. I misidentified the logistics issue here. I was starting to build some assembly machine level 2s to speed up the crafting, and then I realized I should have clicked on it. The crafting speed is not the issue. The issue is it's not getting us resources fast enough because it needs 2, and look how slowly it gets it. It's not always crafting. What it needs are fast inserters.
Fast inserters.
And there we go. Now it's non-stop crafting, and it looks like it's putting them down at the right pace. That's pretty good. Okay. Now we could speed it up again by giving it assembly machine level 2, but we'll roll with this for now and just see how it goes.
Okay.
So I'm pretty happy with that.
Look at these hundreds of transporter belts.
And we'll go ahead and research turrets real quick. Look at how fast that research bar is going in the top right.
Oh my god. It's going to be done before we know it.
That's easy. Good. And so all of our bullet weapons have 10% increase in damage permanently. That'll apply to turrets as well. And bullet shooting speed. We'll increase that as well for DPS.
Oh, okay.
So doing a little military research right now just because we don't have a whole lot of things that only take red.
I'm seeing our pollution kind of fluctuating on the map a little.
It is going up because we're being more and more demanding on our electricity. Alright, now these things are being slowed down on crafting also due to inserter speed, so we're going to get some fast inserters over here. There we go. That'll speed that up significantly. In fact, they're putting it down slowly as well.
That chest is going to be full in seconds now, probably.
Oh yeah, it's filling up a lot faster. In fact, if we made the line a little longer, it might be able to handle it better, but it's not a big deal because we're just going to stop putting it in there and start running it off onto making us those science packs.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I got you. So that's why we need to mass produce transport belts.
Yeah. So, how do we want to do this? Easy, 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 easy. We're going to run another copper line. Now, this is a double copper line.
Okay.
And we'll just do an underground. There we go. So it doesn't interfere with that. Now what we're going to have to do is clear out a little bit of this woods. We're going to have to clear out another straight of it. Probably about, for the sake of, actually, you know what? Those two are going to do fine for a really long time. So we'll just do something like that. That is what we need to clear out there. All right.
When are we going to have steel?
Very soon, actually. We don't need to, we can't really get anything out of steel until we have green science packs, but we can get that automated really fast. We're working on it right now.
It would help me cut down these trees.
I know, right? You know what? I'll start at the other end so I'm not getting in your way. I'm stuck in the woods because it's so dense. All right. Okay, that's going. That's good.
All right.
We're going to need to get more drills soon because I think that like we have a lot more ore we could be getting for this speed, and that would really help us with the smelting.
Oh, what do we need to drill up?
We're probably going to need to increase our copper output soon.
Ah.
Because we are going to start eating it up really fast with these electronic circuits.
Copper. It's the underdog metal.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, apparently this tree was in the way and didn't get marked off. That's weird.
Hmm.
Here we go. Oh, that one too. Oh, God, a few trees didn't get marked off. I can't wait until trees aren't a problem anymore. Okay, so that's getting them up here, so they're in the ballpark of where we need them.
All right.
Okay. Let me think about this.
So this copper...
Even better solution.
This is what we're going to be using for electronic circuits mostly, right?
Yeah.
This new branch?
This branch is going to be for electronic circuits. We're bringing those transporter belts up here so that when we have the inserters, we'll mix them with that to make our green things. So what we're going to do for that is we could do something like over here. And I make an underground up here. Underground.
What should we research next?
Ooh, there's only 3 things we can do now, which is shotgun shell damage and speed, and fluid handling. We'll do fluid handling because we'll need those later.
Okay.
And we're probably not going to be using assembly machine level 2 for these. It's what I have on me, so that's a placeholder for showing us where we're going to make the green ones.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
Oops. And we need that to be right here. So get rid of that. And they'll turn off our science for a moment. And put the pole here and here. There we go. That works.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Oh, this is crazy. So
Perfect. Actually, I could make it slightly more symmetrical, which would be nice. There we go. So that's where we're going to put those.
So this conveyor belt is going to be half transporter belts and half inserters, right?
Yeah.
Once it's finished.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have an output of green science. Is that going to be on the same strip as the red science there?
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah. We're going to be putting on the other side of the belt.
Oh, man.
So
See,
that
I
one
never-
belt is running both of the things we need.
There's no way I would have had the forethought to do that. I would have just been like, yeah, let's have
Yeah,
the
it's just
red
another
science on
thing
both
that
sides.
you just get used to it. of having to worry about this kind of stuff. All right, now these are going to be for copper cables. Now, we're probably going to be upgrading these to fast inserters very early because you're going to notice, like, that's a problem with these. Because it crafts them very fast and in big groups.
Okay.
And we're going to need a lot of wire throughout the game. Okay, so I'm just going to ghost all of them. All right, so you can probably see what I'm doing here. It's just a simple, just do the same thing over and over and over. And then there we go. Make sure they're all set to copper.
Okay, copper wires.
And then give them electricity. There we go. So we're producing a ton of copper wire now. Another thing I'm going to do, because copper wire is made in such quantity, we're going to do that so it saturates both sides.
Ooh, okay.
Because we need it in that
noodly.
kind of a quantity.
Yeah. Cables over here are pretty noodly.
I think we might end up relocating this line a little bit to cut it off and cut it across earlier to give us more room over here. I probably shouldn't have... Actually, you know what? No, it'll be fine, because we can just do it over in this area. Okay. What we want to do now is... And we can do this with... we could saturate both sides, or we could use fast or long arm inserters. We need an iron plate line coming up here.
Iron plate line.
Yeah. Which is not too bad.
Is that something we can, like, cannibalize from one of our other...
Yeah. We're just going to use the runoff of another one because we have so much. And then in the future, when it starts to become too much, all we do is start to give it the excess of another forge. And we'll mix that together to, you know, have the forge that doesn't need as much give its extra to a forge that needs it more.
Okay.
All right. We're still only running off one of these so far, which is fine.
Oh no, our stone burner drill ran out of fuel.
Oh no.
Let's just refuel that.
Okay, this is going fine. This is going fine. I do wish it was producing more, which we could increase right now, but if we had steel furnaces, that wouldn't be a problem. Okay, we'll leave that for now then, and we'll build another one of these whole proper groupings. There we go. All right, we're building a new iron forge because until we have not the World of Warcraft place, because until we have another until we have steel furnaces, we just aren't going to produce the amount we want in the room that we have, which is fine. All right, so I'm just filling this out.
I am making some inserters.
I was literally just about to say, could you take care of the inserters for me? Because I'm usually bad about that until we have inserters automated, which we will soon. Okay, and I need 4 splitters, 2 underground. I've got that going. There we go. Any second now. Man, I can't wait till we have flying robots to build things for us.
Oh,
so nice when you get to that part. I love it.
I never even knew there were flying robots, and
It's
I already
so
can't
good.
wait for them.
It's so useful, but it's only great because you had been doing this for so long. That's what makes it satisfying. There we go. I will take care of the electricity, and then we will have it going.
I just got bottlenecked by electronic circuits.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
So I need to pick up some copper, I think, here.
Yeah, we're working on automating that right now.
Just hoover some up from up there.
And do I have any... I have some furnaces on me. I have a lot of stone on me. I'll take care of the furnaces.
Oh, I have so much stone on me. I picked up a stack of like 1,200 earlier, and I've not used nearly and like not even close to a lot of it.
There we go. Perfect.